Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to your Wallops weather briefing for Wednesday, September 20th. Taking a look at our conditions across the area from yesterday, we did see temperatures in some spots reach the mid-80s despite abundant cloud cover and rainy conditions here in the Delmarva, as those effects from what is now Tropical Storm Jose were pretty much confined just to the far eastern portions of the mid-Atlantic region. Here across the Wallops area and other locations across the Delmarva, we did just see temperatures reach into the mid-70s. Lows this morning were pretty mild across the region, dipping just below 70 degrees for many areas. The cold spot was Richmond, that reached down to 66. Norfolk was the warm spot this morning at 72 degrees. Rain yesterday from what is now Tropical Storm Jose was confined, like I said, to just the Delmarva, and that is where the most rain was picked up. Ocean City did see the most rain in the area, receiving over half an inch of rain at 0.63 inches. Here, Wallops received just above a quarter of an inch of rain at 0.3, and Salisbury received a quarter of an inch, as well as Dover receiving just above that quarter of an inch mark. Other locations across the area near the Tidewater just received a trace to a few hundredths of an inch, with areas near the nation's capital mostly missing out on any rainfall. As of 9 a.m., we are seeing temperatures in the mid-70s under partly to mostly cloudy skies for much of the region. Taking a look at our sounding from this morning, we're still seeing some slightly breezy winds just above the surface from the north as Tropical Storm Jose continues to depart off of to the northeast. We are seeing winds around the 25 to 30 knot mark, all the way from 1,000 feet up to around 6,000 feet. Then those winds are becoming more northwesterly, only around 15 to 20 knots from the 9,000 to 16,000 foot level, then becoming more zonal from the west at around 10 to 15 knots. And we are seeing a freezing level this morning just below 15,000 feet. Taking a look at our surface analysis this morning, we're seeing Tropical Storm Jose well off to the northeast, just south of the Cape Cod area as of 8 a.m. this morning, and that is going to continue to slowly move off to the northeast. Not expecting it to move too much farther than from where it is right now. It is going to linger in that area for the next few days before we get old trough trying to kick it out, and we will have Hurricane Maria start to move up the coast, and that is going to start to kick that out of the way too. But it is going to continue to weaken as it wobbles in that area for a while in the next few days, becoming a post-tropical cyclone as we go to the end of the week. Taking a look at our satellite and radar loop this morning, we are seeing northwesterly winds across the entire mid-Atlantic region. We're just seeing some partly cloudy skies across the area, but here along the Delmarva, we are seeing actually mostly sunny skies, and that is helping our temperatures warm pretty quickly into mid-70s, and we do expect an unseasonably warm day today into the 80s with no chances of rainfall, as any effects from Tropical Storm Jose are completely diminished as that storm has moved well away from the area. Taking a look at our forecast chart for today, we're not going to see a whole lot of difference in these charts, as we're going to continue to see Jose lingering there across portions of the northwestern Atlantic Ocean. We are going to see high pressure start to build in a bit into the mid-Atlantic, and that will continue to keep our temperatures a little bit above normal, as well as under partly cloudy skies. For tonight, we're going to see possibly some mostly cloudy skies as we get a little bit of energy creating some a little bit more of abundant cloud cover in the mid-levels, but still going to be a pretty mild and nice night with the calm winds as high pressure builds into the area. That'll continue into tomorrow morning, where we are expecting a mostly to partly cloudy day across the area, with high pressure still going to be in control. And as I said, that what is still Jose is going to be still lingering there across the northwestern Atlantic through the rest of the week. We're going to continue to see high pressure as we go into the Thursday p.m. time frame, and that is going to continue into Friday as well. As we go into the end of the week, there is some models indicating that a very weak ex-Jose is going to be trying to slowly make it back its way towards the coast, and that could just increase the cloud cover a bit as we go into this weekend. But beyond that, not expecting any effects, as we're still going to be looking at seasonable temperatures and really no chance of rain at all, just maybe some mostly cloudy skies as we go into Friday into the weekend. Taking a look at our weather hazards for today and the next couple of days here. Not expecting anything in the way of weather hazards. We are seeing northwesterly winds around 8 to 13 knots. They have been a little bit gusty, just gusting under 20 knots here on the main base at times, but those have been pretty brief, and we do not expect those to last past the lunchtime hour. We are going to see those winds die off as we go through the evening and overnight hours, switching more northerly overnight at only around 3 to 7 knots. There is a coastal flood warning in effect for Accomack County until 1 p.m. this afternoon, as we have the high tides and high seas still associated with Jose affecting the coastal regions. Taking a look at our terminal forecast for today, we are going to be looking at mostly sunny skies through at least the afternoon hours, only looking at some scattered decks near the 8,000 foot level. We should start to see some cirrus clouds creep into the area in the afternoon. And then as we go into tonight, we're just going to start to see some lower level clouds move into the area, looking at the possibility of a broken deck around 4,000 or 5,000 feet into the overnight hours and possibly persisting into Thursday morning. And tides are pretty high at 2 feet above normal. For the next few days, we're going to be looking at a fairly seasonable to slightly above average temperatures. Tomorrow is going to be mostly cloudy early, becoming partly cloudy in the afternoon, high of 83 expected. For Thursday night, we're going to be looking at partly cloudy skies with a mild low of 65. And on Friday, we're going to be looking at another partly cloudy day with a pleasant and fairly seasonable high of 81 degrees with no weather hazards expected. Before we get into the 7 day, we're going to take a quick look here at Maria, which is currently impacting Puerto Rico as of 8 a.m. It was just about in the center of the island down there, and it is going to continue to impact that region, as well as the U.S. Virgin Islands and Hispaniola through the next few days here as it slowly migrates northwestward to northeast of the Bahamas through Monday. There is some forecast uncertainty with the speed and location of the storm, so it is going to be slowly moving up its way up, and we could start to see some perhaps additional cloud cover from the storm as we go into early next week. However, it's still 7 days out from any potential mid-Atlantic impact, so we are going to be closely monitoring this system. Taking a look at some model guidance for Maria. Most of the model guidance does have it passing safely between here and Bermuda, similar to what Jose's track was, and that does look like the most likely outcome at this time, but there is some model shift, some model suggestions that this track is starting to shift a little bit more westward, closer to our area. So it is going to be something we're going to have to watch for any potential impacts in the midweek time frame for next week. Here are some ensemble members from our GFS model, and as you can see, there is we're still not out of the woods yet with this storm, as there is some ensemble guidance suggesting that we could get some more impacts. But for now, it does look like the most likely track is going to be very, very similar to what we saw with Jose, with very minimal impacts to the mid-Atlantic region. So taking a look at our 7 day, we are going to be looking at some very nice conditions for the next few days, only looking at temperatures in the low to mid 80s through Saturday, with low temperatures in the mid 60s under partly to perhaps mostly cloudy skies for each day. As we go into the second half of the weekend, we're going to see those temperatures a bit cooler as onshore flow increases due to pressure gradient tightening a bit as Hurricane Maria very slowly approaches the eastern seaboard. And so we are going to be still expecting temperatures in the 70s, but we are going to be expecting those cloud cover to increase a bit due to that onshore flow increasing. Like I said, there is going to be some timing issues and timing uncertainty with some of the models for Maria at this time. So some models are suggesting we could see more impacts as early as Monday night, and others suggest that could be until Wednesday or perhaps even Thursday where we can see impacts. So this will be something we'll be monitoring, and we will be keeping you updated. Until then, that'll do it for today's weather briefing. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 8:15 a.m. and at 10 a.m. Have a great day.